agenda. Insurance issue. And
Mom first.
yeah.
Do I have a pen?
Recommending reappointment.
Thank you. I should have 11. As long as the other child didn't
Gerald? And you,
take them. So make it comic books.
I actually requested under my staff.
So I did my reappointment.
Yes, yes.
All right. I was gonna also tell you that at the planning commission meeting last week, I recommended that they reach out to us. I don't know if they were gonna be here today, but they were gonna reach out to you, maybe be at a meeting, to make sure that our input is included in the outdated text amendment regarding the signs. So they're trying to choose the signs downtown, as you probably.
Good. I didn't know what meeting.
Anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah.
I was thinking like working signs.
Yeah.
You're right. Good morning. You can sit wherever you want. Yeah.
I know.
Good morning.
I had a copy the other day. It was 5, but it didn't make it, so.
Are you Jeremy?
Gerald.
Gerald, oh.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, no, you were here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, right, okay.
I mean, not here in January.
Okay. Which one is that? That one further back?
Yep.
Okay.
G, after the meeting, you got like 5 minutes? We can
Yeah.
look at our calendars and, can I? Yeah, cool. Good morning, Jeff.
It was good. It was better than. They didn't seem to be. Which was nice. A lot of more faces too.
So I'll put it under new business.
Good morning.
The-
Good morning. Good morning.
I want to put it under new business. It's not old business, the reappointments, the recommendation and the reappointments, and then the insurance issue.
Well, maybe there's lots of seats up here. Now, starting in January, we're gonna have
I mean,
this.
that's why it's in the minutes and it's official. I'll put them both under new business, though.
Oh, that's probably not a good idea.
We just want to add it to the agenda.
Well, I'm gonna, under approval of agenda, I'm gonna ask that we make those amendments and put them under new business. Both of
That was
those.
really fast. Sorry about that.
I did send out to the committee report of the survey. Yeah, so we have to meet and we're trying, I texted everybody, but you actually you had like all those available next week, but I know Megan is on vacation next week, so I don't know if we're gonna do that. Maybe. Yeah, because I think Tim had some availability next week. I'm not gonna ask him again, but.
It's kind of unusual for this.
Yeah, okay.
Very professional.
Yeah. Well, and I'm already the first week, like the week after Christmas, or week after Thanksgiving, I'm off, but I could do it also a meeting, so.
Because I made
Not a
it.
big deal. I'm just hoping.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right,
Good morning.
morning. Are you Jeremy? Hi. You can sit right here if you would like. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start our agenda, or start our meeting. Roll call.
I got it.
All right, so we have the approval of the November 19th agenda. I would like to propose that we add 2 items to the agenda. One is to deal with the insurance issue for Jim that is coming up, and there are some changes, so we would like to talk about that and whether or not we can have the executive committee act on those things. So that would be added to, it would be I-2, and then we also have reappointments of 3 individual board members that their terms are up. So we need to add that to under new business as I-3. So with those changes, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So move.
Is there-
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to public comments. Is there anybody here that would like to make a public comment? I would obviously like to welcome our newly elected mayor, Jeremy Hing, who is here for his first meeting with us. So welcome.
Thank you.
And I see Mr. Perry here. Welcome, Mr. Perry.
Nice to have you.
So any other comments? Okay, moving on to our consent agenda. You have the minutes attached for October 22nd, the treasurer's report and bill listing, as well as our budget amendment number 1 for the current cycle. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
It's been moved and supported by Megan.
Buddy did.
Buddy did. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Executive Committee, we did actually not meet this last month, but we were hoping to do so, even though we're not probably going to have a December meeting, we're hoping to meet in the next week or so. So we have nothing to report. I'm not sure how many of the committees met this last month.
Not many.
Okay, so maybe just reaching out to any committee that did meet and would like to report on what they did.
Yeah, I think the only update as far as committees we go, I know because of like Veterans Day, that offset a lot of the meetings.
Yeah.
So we do have kind of the experience committee of the event committee meeting next Tuesday, which is the DDA board members of the event committee to continue to talk about just the experience of downtown. But then just a quick update on Ladies Night Out last week. Because of the recliner that Buddy generously donated to us to raffle off, that brought in $740. And then with the income that we brought in from vendors, we ended up raising over $1,000 for the Main Street and for the DDA.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's great.
Thank you,
It's
buddy.
really
for
great.
that
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Thank
Don't shake your head, just say, you're welcome.
He was really excited.
Just, you know, I want to go through life low-key.
Okay, so if there's nothing else, we'll move on to other reports. There's no subcommittee business. Center for the Arts, Jill.
The current gallery show is the annual Lapeer Art Association Holiday Show. The opening reception was on November 7th from 5 to 7. And they had a great turnout, and they're selling art. So if you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind gift, stop by the gallery. Everything's for sale. We're only 2.5 weeks into November, but so it's a shortened report. We have had 37 students participate in art classes, and we have some more art classes coming up end of November and December, and most of those are close to sold out. In the Hicks, things are continuing to go well, knock on wood. In the first 2 weeks of November, we've had 606 patrons attending shows. That includes last Saturday, which was a sold-out show. The youth theater classes went really well. We had 35 participating in the classes. And they are now working on a holiday radio show of Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. And that is a combination of both youth and adult actors. This Friday, you can see our very own Jim Alt with Jonathan LaChance in Laugh Magic. There are tickets available for that show. And then on Saturday, that's Friday night, and then on Saturday night, we have an immersive experience concert in the gallery featuring Kennebec Avenue. And they sing from the American Songbook. I did pass out, and I tried to get everyone first quarter report for you. This was approved by the Center for the Arts Board on Tuesday, November 11th. And basically, the Center for the Arts is in a far better financial position than we were a year ago, in part because of all the grant monies we've received, but also because the PIC shows are doing really well. This is the first year in a long time we have people coming in and spending hundreds of dollars getting tickets for shows throughout the season, so hopefully that will continue, which is fantastic. briefly, you can see that our income is at 28%, and that our expenses are at 18%. So it's where we like things. Hopefully it will continue. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Sounds like you had a banner of the month. I mean, it's like, that's really great.
The fall's been really good.
Yeah.
Really good,
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
So cross everything.
Okay, moving on to the staff report.
Just a few reminders and a few requests for consideration. One most important reminder is we do have our Main Street accreditation scheduled for tomorrow morning. There's a few meetings. At 8:30, the City Commission and I believe our mayor are going to be joining the Main Street team in the morning at 8:30, and then at 9:30 they'll meet with the DDA. That meeting should last about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to meet with them at 11 o'clock as well, but I'll be around throughout the day also. And again, that's kind of where they just kind of talk about the year, our goals, our vision. If you want just kind of a refresher, I did include the newly completed 5-year strategic plan in your packet, so you should all have that. But again, it's just kind of a general conversation with them. So that's 9:30 tomorrow.
And that's where?
That'll be right here in this room, yep. Also, wanted to bring up two things. I was recently at the Michigan Downtown Association's annual conference and was chatting with Civic Clarity. They do municipal websites, DDA websites, and they've put together a quote for the farmer's market. It's very reasonably priced, and the farmer's market is exploring that. I wanted to bring up for consideration getting a quote from them for the DDA's website. In the past, we used an outside firm, and it was like $350, $400 a month. It was not cheap. Civic Clarity would be significantly less, to the point of between $400 to $500 a year, plus like a setup fee. The reason I bring it up is Jill and I, in-house, we can do the basics, like we can make sure we're meeting the minimum requirements. But there's new federal laws going into effect that websites have to be ADA compliant. I'm not up on those rules. So I think it would be worth getting a quote and exploring hiring somebody that knows what they're doing to take that on. And they could continue with the updates. Jill and I could also do some of the updates. But I think it sounds like it could potentially be a reasonable price point where it might be worth it. And at the end of the day, when you factor in what we're paying for our hosting and the site we're using currently that Jill and I are doing, it might not be that big of a significant increase in cost.
Do you know anything more about how often they would would it just be once a year? Because I mean, for $400 to $500 a year, I can't imagine that's really low, that they would be doing something on a monthly basis.
That's why I want to have them put together a quote to
Yeah.
actually get a full breakdown of what they could offer and what they would be
Okay,
providing. But,
okay.
I know there are other things we can add on, like they do have the ability to add like a notification, basically where if we wanted to send a text out to anybody that signed up for it, like, hey, don't forget Winterfest is this weekend, or hey, don't forget the farmer's market's going on. Those kinds of things, you'd have that ability, but that's an extra, kind of like a à la carte
Yeah,
type thing, yeah.
okay.
The other thing I wanted to bring up again, I think to look at for our budget for next year, is revisiting the conversation with Placer AI. That is of course, I think most of you know, the visitor tracking program. I've recently seen some of our city commissioners reference wanting to see that data more accessible. I think it could be beneficial for our sponsorship drives. I think it could be beneficial for retention of businesses, also recruitment of businesses. Our hope was Emily City recently got it like 4 or 5 months ago, and we were hoping to maybe partner with them and see how it's gone for them. They haven't even started using it yet, and in part because they have a new DDA director that just started this month. They've had some changeover. So we really haven't seen what they're able to do with it. But I think it could be worth exploring again for us as something that we could use in partnership with the city, with the DDA, to kind of help bring in some more specific numbers. To the point where you can look at specifically, there's an event taking place, how many people are at the event, but we could also look at how many people are going to specific areas of the event or specific businesses of the event. So we could have direct, tangible numbers to show the positive and the negative of those events that are taking place. So those are two things that I think we should look at as we're looking at our budget for next year. Also, speaking of the budget for next year, my recommendation, and it's in the report, is that the executive committee look at what we can do as far as supporting and working with the city for parking lot number 9 and also the Park Street reconstruction project for next year. I've had some productive conversations with Mr. Womack and with the city accountant, looking at our numbers. This has been something the DDA has contributed in the past for other parking lot improvements, other parking lot upgrades. And we do have a decent size fund balance right now. And state law does point out that we do have to spend that money. We can't just sit on it. It has to be designated for specific projects. So we want to make sure we're following those responsibilities. Right now, I think the suggestions I put in my report, we're looking at the street lights, which would be the decorative street lights to match Nipissing Street. The nice thing about those is that means I can add more veteran banners downtown. Not that that's going to come anywhere close to ever offsetting the cost, but it does at least make the public happy, and we're able to honor more men and women that way. So, my proposal would be the $150,000 to $200,000 range, which we do have a fund balance to do it. However, I would also recommend maybe talking with the city. What we've done in the past is borrow the money from the city, pay it back with interest. That way, that ensures that we're also protected. If another big expense or unexpected expense were to come through, we do have some money to work with, and we do have some flexibility on that. So those are the three things.
Does the state give us any indication on what we can keep for a rainy day fund?
There's not a specific number. Basically, instead, like, I think when talking with Kelly, I believe it was around like 18 to 20%. And we have exceeded that quite a bit right now. They do indicate that you have 5 years to spend any revenue that comes from tax capture. Any revenue that comes from outside sources like sponsorships or annual givings, things like that, that's different. But for tax capture, you have 5 years to spend that or identify what it's going to be spent for. Yeah. And we are closing in on that time frame.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And it's not so much about the funding, but parking lot work starts in March.
The plan right now is mid-March, going through mid-August.
And we're not having a meeting in December potentially. So that leaves us basically 2 months in the beginning of the year to do whatever we need to do, correct? Like in terms of planning for how we're gonna support businesses and things like that. Are we gonna have enough time?
I think that's where our committees are gonna have to be very active
Okay.
to start working on that, yep. Yep, and we've had some things even that Mike and I have started talking about, and even at the business development, we've talked about ways to maybe use like the downtown dollars, but also just like promotional campaigns that we can do as well.
I know that we've already been discussing some of the things, but I think we might need to crank
Crank it
the
up.
heat quite a bit
Yep.
in order to be ready in time. Okay.
So I guess for those, I don't know that we necessarily need a motion, but maybe just support or agreement if we want to pursue those things, or if we want the executive director or the executive committee to look at those when we're working on our draft budget moving forward.
I think that would be a good idea. We could add that to our executive, we're gonna be meeting soon, so we could add that to our agenda and make sure we had that and bring that back in January for the rest of the board, with our recommendations.
The only other quick little update is also at the MBA conference last month. I graduated with my certification in downtown professional management. That's it for my updates today, unless there's any questions.
All right, thank you, Jim. So moving on to new business, the first item on, under new business is the December meeting cancellation. As you know, it usually falls between Christmas and New Year, our meeting. And so typically, we cancel our December meeting because of vacations and, holiday gatherings and stuff like that. So is there a motion to cancel the December meeting?
So moved.
Okay, there's lots of support. All right,
That was my buddy in case you didn't.
hearing really no objection, I'm gonna, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Moving on to the next item, which is the Jim's insurance coverage. There have been some increases in his insurance. So the idea potentially here is that we're reaching out, the executive committee, to get some insurance quotes to determine what we can do with that, to lessen the cost, try to determine what's fair in regards to sharing of that cost, if any, and then basically potentially the board giving the executive committee the authority to act, because we're not meeting until the end of January. So is there any discussion on that? Sorry, I could hear my phone going. Okay, so any discussion on giving the executive committee authority to act on trying to implement some type of insurance coverage increase, or checking out other quotes regarding that health insurance?
What do we currently provide?
740.
Yeah, so right now, I have the Blue Cross Blue Shield's Gold Plan, which is $780 a month. The DDA contributes $740
Right.
a month to that. That plan, to keep it the same, is projected to go up to $950. What we have discussed a little bit, especially Tim and I, is looking at plans that have a higher deductible, that would bring that monthly premium down, keep everything else similar, including like the co-pays, things like that. And then the DDA would cover the difference in the deductible, and that brings the monthly payment down. So I'm working on putting together some quotes to look at that. So my request would be that the DDA board can give the executive committee the authority to act, because I have to submit by the end of the year in order to have healthcare for next year.
Right, that's the issue, is that his time on his coverage is gonna change at the end of the year, so we're not gonna meet till the end of January, and we don't want that to impact Jim. So is there any more discussion? Is that
like a PPO, high deductible, HMO?
I think it's a PPO right
Yeah,
now, right?
PPO.
Yeah,
Yep.
Do you want that in a motion?
yes.
Yeah. I'd make that motion to give the executive board authority to negotiate or to explore a new policy.
Okay, so it would be to take action in regards to the insurance coverage for Jim to ensure it does not lapse or by the end of the year.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what you
So is there support?
What you said.
Support. Okay, it's been moved and supported. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. All right, item number 3, we have 3 people that their terms are expiring at the end of this year. One of those is Buddy Byer, one is G. Gerard, and my own term is expiring. So I guess the idea is to make recommendations. I don't know, everybody's reapplied. I have reapplied, but basically it would be helpful, I think, if the board made a recommendation as to what we feel about these people, reapplying, or I guess, what is your preference?
Could we
I'll
just
move
use,
that we reappoint the same board as expiring.
Okay, so we're recommending that they reappoint.
yeah, and I don't think G needs to fill out any more paperwork, because literally he just did it.
But his term
He still has
expired.
to, because he was
He's still-
filling it
He's
out.
gotta still do it.
Can he just, okay, he already did.
He already did,
Yeah.
everybody submitted their paperwork,
Awesome.
they just need the recommendation from the board.
Okay,
Perfect.
so there was a
Support
motion by Tim to recommend that the city commission reappoint. Is there support? There was support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Okay, moving on, there is no old business today, so now we're already down to board member comments. Wow, this is a short meeting. I'm like, it's only 8:21. Okay, so, and we do have downtown businesses events supported under board member comments.
This is just where we like to go around the room and.
Oh,
just,
right.
Talk
I
about.
was like, it was confusing as to why you had that listed there. Okay.
Just talk about what you've supported this month, or a great downtown experience that you had, or a business that you supported. Again, just to kind of give that positive shout out for what's taking place downtown.
Yeah, it's just for everybody new, just, it's, you know, obviously, we want to support our downtown, so wherever you've patronized a business, gone to a restaurant, wherever, please just indicate maybe one or two things that you've done in the last month, and any other comments you'd like to make. And I'll start with our new mayor. Jeremy, do you have any comments to make?
Sure. Yeah, so it's been a busy month, and I think the last place that I patronized this month was at the Villa, formerly Vinyl, I believe. And actually, I've been there a couple times this month alone, and every time the food has been excellent, the atmosphere has been excellent. It's a shame that the weather is creating a situation where the outdoor patio isn't available anymore, because that was really nice during warmer weather. Definitely worth visiting there and trying out their food. I also spent some time at Wood Chips, and I tried something new that was on their menu, and there was also some reference to menu being reconsidered and putting other new items on, and I'm excited to see what their final decision is and how that menu shapes up, but it sounds like there's going to be some more options that open to different eating choices and diet preferences and things like that. So that's exciting. We'll see when that rolls out. I'm not sure if it already has, but I could ramble on forever. So I'll stop with those two restaurants. I think that they're great, and both great atmospheres, great menus, and they're worth trying out.
All right, thank you. G?
Been Tilted, because I am there every single Wednesday. The new to you thrift shop and doghouse. And then I'm usually the one leading the crazy people on bicycles up and down downtown on Wednesday nights. So usually down here every Wednesday for that. And then so yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Okay. Tim?
Let's see, choice one, Dagwoods, the drugstore, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this because it'll remind me not to support Blend quite as much as I've been supporting it.
I was just about to say, I caught you there yesterday.
Yep.
It was for the salad bar. It wasn't for ice cream.
Yeah, okay.
Killer salad bar.
My kids are always asking me to go there for the ice cream
Yeah.
all
All right.
the time.
Anything else, Tim?
No, I can't.
Okay. Jason?
We eat out a couple times a week at work, and we spread it around. So we've been to most restaurants, either at lunch or after work, and stopped into Cherries, and might have been Fires as well. I don't know. And that's about it.
Buddy?
Well, I was at your place too. My big shout out though is to the DDA. I thought Ladies Night was incredible. So that's my shout out this
Did you have some sales that night?
I didn't, but that's okay.
Okay.
I just, 300 plus individuals downtown. It was a very, very well orchestrated event.
Chris?
I go to lots of places every month, but I want to say that I went to the Pix Theater on a Wednesday at like 2:30. It was pretty awesome, but I was the youngest person by like.
For people that don't have to work in the afternoon.
All right, Adam?
I'm gonna piggyback on the ladies' night. It was a good event. I will say though, it seemed like it kind of ran long towards the end. It kind of was more of a trickle than a stream of people coming in. Unfortunately, I did not win the recliner, but, and tried.
We can hook you up.
So we, you know, having the store, we go to a lot of the restaurants multiple times a week. Ken Tai, Hernandez Mexican restaurant, and try to patronize the others as much as we can, but, that's where we were at this month.
Okay. Tammy, do you want to say?
Yeah, Ken Tai, I'm addicted there, and Rogers, and Doghouse.
Megan?
Doghouse, Choice One. We went to the pig show, I can't remember what it's called.
VCR party.
Yeah, I brought my 7-year-old, it was still good. A couple questions afterwards, but it's nothing he hasn't.
That's good.
Yeah, and it was nice. It was really, really nice. We went with the whole family, and then we had dinner beforehand at Villa. We go to all the restaurants. We go to Rogers. I went to Byers at Ladies' Night. I don't know, it was a good month downtown.
Okay. Jeff?
It's kind of cool, last Saturday, for the first time I participated in that men's club thing on Saturday morning at
Called
6.
The Rock?
Yeah, that was pretty. So I took a 5-pound little weight in the backpack, and some guys were having these big, huge, you know, barbell things on the front. I'm like really into it, really working on it. It was pretty neat though. I mean, you know, it was a solid hour. It's like about 3 miles, and then we ended up at the Doghouse, and it was a record amount. They said 32. So I did that after reading Crystal Morley's column up last week. I was like, that sounds kind of cool. But it's neat because it's mostly younger people, a lot of boys with them, and just good to see the male kind of bonding and talking. And as we walked, there was a lot of just discussion about Lapeer businesses and what's happening and the vibe going on, which is a lot of positivity. And people are like, what's that new place on, you see what the new place going up on the Mill Boulevard, what is that? You know, and people just, you know, observations, and some people didn't know where the Aspen Dental was going, but that is, so I kind of told them, and they said, oh, wow, that's cool, you know. So, anyway, this is a good vibe, and a lot of energy there. I think I'm gonna do it again. It was a little rough to get up that early, but once you get there, it's really cool with the energy. And it's great to see the boys with the men with their sons. And I think it's good for those boys to see men hanging out. It started with a prayer and, you know, kind of just some good fellowship. But
Oh, that
again,
sounds
I
like
ended
a
up
great
downtown supporting businesses, and we all broke up, and a couple of us went to Sam's and had breakfast.
Good for you. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, just an observation. The other day at the city commission meeting, is Winterfest now Christmas Fest?
Yes.
Okay, so it's been rebranded?
Yes,
Or-
yeah,
All right.
kind of play into more of that,
Okay.
you know, Christmas mindset, small village mindset. And,
Okay.
yeah.
I love the graphics that you've been pushing. I think they're really nice, and it gives you like that nostalgia Christmas feel. Like I just booked you were talking about the magic show Friday, so I'm like, okay, I'm booking that. So we're making a point every weekend. It's not December yet, but you know, holiday time to be downtown and make it part of that feeling. Because we were talking with the last meeting, like what was your, you know, childhood memories growing up? And I thought, okay, we're gonna do something each weekend downtown. But the graphics you're pushing are really, really nice.
Nice.
They're really well done.
It's been a joint effort. The Flower Basket has been helping, the event committee, specifically the Christmas Fest committee, has been helping a lot with that. And
Yeah,
admittedly, there's a little bit of AI also that I threw in there too.
It's well disguised. It doesn't look like AI.
Good.
We've got a lot of people kind of joining in to spread it throughout the town, so it'll
Yeah.
expand more than just that weekend.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all having a good time doing with that, so.
Yeah. I'm excited.
And just another, just an observation. I don't know if it's been fixed, but it seemed like last week, the town clock, it seemed like the time wasn't right on the side that faces.
The north side is
If you're
wrong.
east to west.
They were working on that yesterday afternoon, so it should be good to go. The
Is that a
south
wiring
side.
issue again?
That one, every time the time changes,
Oh.
it gets thrown off, because they have to set it manually. And then sometimes the cold will impact it. The challenge is it's an old clock. If you recall, it's been several months, but the south side, they're looking for a new motor for that portion of it to fix it. The DDA has approved that repair, they're just looking for the part to get it taken care of. Those old clocks, and we're not the only community that's running into it, is it's getting harder and harder to find the pieces to repair them.
Okay. Mindy?
You know, I have a lengthy list every month, but I guess a couple special shout outs. We had a little get together at Axcadia. They were amazing, always. That was great. I went to Dagwood's and Cream and Sam's on Monday. That is very unusual for me, but Cream's peppermint Pop-Tarts, way worth the calories if you like peppermint at all. I took a laptop that I bought off Facebook Marketplace to Frog, and they told me it was not worth what I spent on it, which was unfortunate, but thankfully I hadn't spent a lot. And Ladies Night Out was awesome. I was working in the gallery trying to sell a recliner, and it was good. That was a really comfy looking
I need another
recliner.
salesperson, so come on over.
How much will you pay me, buddy? I could use some more money. So it was just awesome. It was neat to see so many women there, and I think probably some people have left before the final drawings at the end of the night, but the Pix was full. It was a good turnout, so it was really neat to see. Fun to see some of the artwork, especially some of the stuff the kids have done. I was, right by the display with like the kids' Christmas ornaments and stuff. Very fun.
Okay. So I've been to Buyers Furniture this last month, and I have been to Dagwood's. I probably have been to a few others, but those are the ones I remember right now. I was not at Ladies Night Out last Friday. I was doing other things, but I am actually proud to say that I talked with my daughter last night, who's 22, and I'm sad to say, she doesn't ever come downtown. So she actually told me she and her friend went to Tilted Access last Friday night. She wasn't aware of Ladies Night Out, but she got kind of immersed into the whole event. And so she had a great time. She's like, Mom, there were so many people downtown. It's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you to come downtown. So I was proud that she came down.
Somebody else says it,
Yeah. So, and the last thing I want to say is, and I forgot to say this earlier, the executive committee, I think we had said last month that we we sent out our performance evaluation survey for Jim, and we received 6 out of 11 responses, and so plus we've received Jim's self evaluation. So we are going to meet as well at the executive committee to compile that information and then have a report for you, unfortunately in January, not in December. So we'll have that, and that'll be obviously useful when we do our budget in the spring. So just wanted to make sure I pointed that out because I forgot. Sorry.
I wanted to add or ask one more question. I know in the past we've done like the calendar of all the events for all the meetings and everything. The sooner we could get that, the better.
Yes, and as soon as I have the dates from Main Street, I have the dates from MDA, so I can start putting it together. As soon as I have the Main Street dates, I will get that sent out.
Awesome.
We have I know we had talked about it, or maybe it's been a year now. Do we have the shared Google Drive or shared?
That is set up. I can resend.
And I very well might be on it. I just have got so many I've got one for every grade that my kid's ever been in for Google that I don't close. So I very well could be on it, but if you're thinking of it, if you could re-invite me, just because it's easier for me to have it all on the phone, that it's searchable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will resend that to everybody. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
I had one other thing. I don't know if you mentioned it, but the Business Development Committee, we didn't meet, but Downtown Dollars got launched this month, as I recall, and I don't think we talked about that, but we're pretty anticipating a good result from that program. I don't know if everybody understands it, but essentially we print these dollars. People come and buy them from us, and they can redeem them at downtown businesses. And then the business simply brings us the downtown dollar, and we give them cash. But hopefully it'll work well. I know it worked well for the chamber for years, so I think it'll work well for us too. Plus, we get a little breakage on the side.
All right, thanks, Tim. There's no correspondence. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
It was a short meeting. What are you complaining about?
Got stuff to do.
Yes, you do.
Oh my God, so I can
I
get
did
sick.
Jeff did have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Just a question, are we gonna do a retreat this year?
Yes, if everybody's on board, so technically it'd be next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I will check with Lee as far as her availability, and then I will email out some options for a board retreat.
Well, it should be probably though in February because
Usually we do
January
it
we'll
in
have to talk about,
February.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam,
Did
do you have a
you-
question?
Yeah, so with the downtown dollars, is there a way that we can convey that information and like maybe as like a window hanger for the businesses?
Those are in the works.
Okay.
Yep, I've got a couple different graphics that are in the works. Basically just pushing it as an alternative to like the prepaid Visa cards that they can spend anywhere. This keeps the dollars local. But there's two. There's one for the public, and then there's one that you can use as a business owner and also to share with any employees that kind of recap just how it works.
So you preload it when it's purchased?
It's literally just a paper gift certificate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're going old school, simple.
Yeah, just
That's right.
bring it to public knowledge, you know,
Yeah.
more knowledge better.
Jeff, did
Can I
you get
talk to you
all
for a
of your
minute?
questions?
All right. All right, so you can leave whenever you want. We've already adjourned.
Does it ever
I was
happen?
hoping to like talk with you and
Hi,
Meg.
Jeremy. We have Megan. Gerald. I'm sorry. I'm Gerald. You can call me G. That's what I go by. I'm on this. I'm on TikTok.
Okay, I'm in vacation for whenever you guys want to do something. I am open whenever.
Yep. I just thought I'd introduce
So I will work with you.
We have met yet.
Anytime that this week, I will work it out with me, Megan. Because I know Megan's on vacation next week and she
I
can.
know a lot of stuff.
So yeah, I'll reach out, so I'll just put you in whenever that week is. All right. Have a safe drive.
Healthcare organization.